All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Driveway Engineer and welcome to my shop. This is the finished product. This is finished as it's gonna get. For those of you who don't recall, she's 36, 30, 12, a 10 by 10 door. And then there's a 10 by 30 approach angle, apron. We need to bring more gravel. Obviously the weather is not going to allow that, but I'm going to walk back over here so that you guys can see. Maybe this whole yard has been reconfigured. It used to kind of dip down a little bit and then up. There was a big hump over here. That's gone. There's a driveway over there now. There's a driveway over here now. So yeah, in the springtime, I'm gonna have to build up the yard to the pad, which is 5.5 to 6.5 inches thick everywhere. Even though I didn't want it that thick, I only needed it like 4. But whatever, it is what it is. Yeah, 1 foot overhangs on all sides, so both ends and each side. Hi, Daryl. Daryl's in here for the winter. So yeah, this is it. This is a space. I've got two 220 outlets right now. I've got a handful of 110. I got my lights up there. Those are Amazon T8 lights. I'll put a link to them. They're super bright. It doesn't really show. I've started bringing stuff in, like my biofuel processor. I have some priorities to get straightened out. Like mainly I need to organize my tools, get them in the box, get my big box that you guys bought me up here, get my air compressor hooked up, get my plasma table built, get a welding cart built. Just some different things. I put that little table together from scraps that were left over. I'm actually going to cut up the boards and use them on my pallet rack here once I have my tools laid out the way I want them. Daryl's going to sit over here all winter out of my way. So how much did this cost in 2021? I don't think it's much of a secret that there's pretty rampant inflation going on, especially in the building market. I'm not an economist, but real quickly, inflation is, anytime you can't buy as much with a dollar as you used to be, whether it's because of supply and demand or it's because the Fed printed a bunch of money or any combination of factors, you have inflation. It's all inflation. So I think 4x8 sheets hit like $48 at one point. They're down to like 32 bucks now. But you see my roof is 4x8 sheets. You see my building is not insulated. A bunch of people in for heat. Number one, before I tell you how much this costs, I'm going to tell you that this was a cash deal for me. Okay, this is paid for. I didn't go to the bank and be like, give me some money and I want to build a building and buy this lot. It was my father-in-law said, if you'd like to buy that lot, you can for this much money. And I took that money and more money, and we built the building. So what we have here is what I can afford. That's it. It's not like for in-floor heating it was only another $37 a month on a 30-year mortgage. I literally didn't have any more money because it was cash. And I don't care, people finance their buildings, whatever. If I would have financed this last year, I'd have paid less for it, so I'm not here to judge or anything. That's just what it is. The money that I spent on this is all the money I have, period. Like, I literally am down to a few $1,000. So, I mean, I can sell more stuff, but I don't want to. I don't want to sell anything else. So, the kit, I got the kit from Menards. They have a little builder. You can go to menards.com if you're in the Midwest. I don't believe that Home Depot or Lowe's do anything like that. I don't know, I could be wrong. But Menards has a little kit. You go in there and you say, this is what I want, this is the size that I want, this is the spacing that I want, you know, this is the roof height that I want, and it spits out a material list, basically. And it's pretty neat. So I did that, and then I went with the builder, and he made the changes that he wanted to make based on how he wants to do it. And the kit came to $19,200 out the door. So I don't pay sales tax because I'm a business, and there's an 11% rebate almost always at Menards. It's like a big joke. Everything's 11% off all the time, kind of like Harbor Freight. So the actual total cost out the door was $17,300 or something like that after I got my sales tax back. The labor to build it, my builder, his name's Greg Slocum, and him and his two sons came in here. They built it. They did a great job. We dealt with material shortages the whole time. You know, they worked around it. They got it in there. I was very impatient, but that's not their fault or problem. That's a me problem. Like the door I mentioned in a previous video, I had to go to Fort Wayne and pick up from Tom's Alpaca Farm and garage doors. Stuff like that, I had to work around. But Greg and his sons did a great job when, you know, when they worked, they really knocked things out. So that brings us up to like $27,000. The concrete was another $10,000, and I'm not making this up. They were exactly, the guy's like, call it 10. After I asked him to knock down this hump that used to be out here and grade the driveway, it was 10, so that's 37,000. We spent another 800 on gravel and dirt, which takes you exactly to $38,000. My father-in-law wired the whole thing. Well, I did the heavy lifting, but he pointed, you know, he's a little older. But I'm really grateful for his help. I had no idea how to wire this stuff. Like for instance, this is the wire that comes in and it goes to that outlet, and then it goes up there to that outlet, then it goes to that switch, which somehow controls that outlet. I have no idea how he wired it to do that, but he did. So super thankful for my in-laws. Again, this was, you know, their retirement property. They were gonna keep collecting rent. Well, they are gonna keep collecting rent off the folks that live in the trailer over there. So, you know, they definitely didn't have to give it up. They could have collected rent off me, but instead they sold it to me. So I'm really grateful to have the opportunity. So yeah, I'm gonna say that my full all-in cost for this is probably about 42,000 bucks, and I'm just padding it a little bit with extra. I could have took some of these boards back and got money back. I chose to keep them. That little pit over there will be the bathroom. It's not very big, doesn't need to be. I need to go in there and poop. Maybe have a shower in there. Right where Daryl's at, there'll be a roughly 10 by 10 painting room, so my mother-in-law can paint the signs that I cut. Daryl is gonna go outside in the lean-to next year. My plasma table will sit roughly between those two posts. I'm not really sure. My powder coat oven will be roughly where the studs are right now. This side will be my little automotive section. I'll put another pallet rack up here. But yeah, as you can see, I mean, when I kept saying it's not for automotive, you know, it's really not. I'll probably go ahead and do some stuff to Daryl while it's in here and out of the way over the winter. But like, the Toyota is never gonna come in here. It leaks everything. It's a mess, and it would take up too much of my space. I might bring Marvin here to pull the transmission out. We'll see. I might do it outside. I had a friend offer to let me use his lift in his shop, because as you can see, this took up all the time in the year, and I really wanted to have that transmission out. But anyway, that's the shop. 42,000 bucks for a 30 by 36 with a 12-foot roof. I bet that 2 years ago I could have done it for probably 25, maybe 30. We built one down at our lake cottage that was 24 by 30, and it was like 22,000 bucks, but that was 2 or 3 years ago. So it's kind of where we are now. It is what it is. I'll make it back and we'll get to work. I'll show you guys some of the projects that I do in here, you know, as I do them. I was going to start a separate channel for the business, but I think that I'll just like do business related videos on Tuesdays, like when I powder coat something or something like that. But yeah, as for in-floor heat or whatever, I might make an oil burner. I don't know where I would really put it. Maybe on that wall. I'm not going to heat with propane forever. That's actually for my oven, but it brings the temp up in here pretty good. So I thank you guys for watching. I'd love to see your comments down below. Let me know what you think. You know, I'm retarded for paying 42,000 bucks, whatever. Let me know what you would have done different, and I'll see you guys next time on the next one. Thanks for watching The Driveway Engineer, guys. See ya.